Yes, yes, yes. Finally, something I can agree with. It's Friday, and you know what that means? It's time to welcome tonight's guest. He's been canceled more times than Chris Christie's gym membership, Snyder. He always reminds crowds to tip the waitstaff because he's one of them. Comedian Small. This man keeps fit by jogging and ankle monitor. She went from Shakai to Old Guys Who Eat Bran. Pot Show cast Kennedy. Before we get to some news stories, let's do this. Greg's Leftovers. All right, it's Leftovers, where I read the jokes we didn't use this week. As always, it's my first time reading them, so if they suck, we'll send Joe Mackey to clean the glory hose at a biker bar. George, you know what that is.
You are on fire tonight.
Let's end the show now.
It's Friday, baby.
Yes. A new report claims that Los Angeles Mayor Karen Bass watered down the Palisades fire report. Yes, that's ridiculous. But where did she find the water? Because it burned down. A new report shows that Jeffrey Epstein was seeking information on how to lengthen his micropenis, although the last woman to see him disputes this, saying he was extremely well hung.
Wow, that was nice.
It's Friday, people. NASA's mission to circle the moon has been delayed for the 7th time. Technicians explain that they just can't escape the gravitational pull of J.B. Pritzker. People are excited for this Sunday's Super Bowl. Others look forward to the Puppy Bowl,
Yes!
which in RFK Jr.'s house is an actual bowl of puppies. Because he eats them. Turning Point has announced Kid Rock will headline its counter-programming halftime show. To prepare for the show, he showered last year. But this year's Winter Olympics opening ceremony in Italy, 2 giant cauldrons were lit simultaneously. Fun fact, it's the same technology they used to make fondue over at The View. That was a long way. By the way, this year's Olympics will feature women's team curling. This is all part of an effort to show that some women still know how to use a broom.
Yes!
This weekend, OnlyFans model Bonnie Blue plans to set a record by sleeping with more than 1,057 men in 24 hours, shattering the record previously held by this man. Did she really need the 57? Soon, Disneyland fans will be able to get married on the steps of the Haunted Mansion. Now that's a fairy tale that they will ever get married. Wow.
Yes!
Thank you. And a Wisconsin neighborhood, postal workers were terrorized and chased by wild turkeys. Did someone say wild turkey? Asks one woman. You laughed at that one, but not the one before it. Earlier this week, G.I. Joe turned 62. Wow, I'll never forget my first G.I. Joe. I met him in Fort Lauderdale, stole my heart and my wallet. Singer Sabrina Carpenter is coming out with her own perfume. Meanwhile, Lizzo is coming out with a smell of her own. Hiking fares for plus-size passengers, which is the first time a plus-size passenger has ever heard of hiking. I know. Bill Belichick's girlfriend is planning a huge party on the same day as the Hall of Fame induction. It's called a prom. In a recent interview, actress Sydney Sweeney said she's looking for a man who is athletic, outgoing, and funny. Message received. In a medical first, scientists have attached an ear onto a foot. Next up, removing man's ass from an airline toilet seat. And finally, researchers unveiled the world's first biometric AI robot, and they say it boasts a 92% human-like walking accuracy. But don't worry, you can still bleep. Yes! Oh my God, I'll get a phone call on that one. Did you really have to use the F word? All right, so as always, we ask, why are miserable leftists always named Joy? It's weird. It's like a guy who has never made a woman wet, but his name is Waters.
You are correct.
Yes. Here's another Joy Flynn. At a recent meeting, the school board vice president got upset following a colleague's report on student achievement because he used the word homeless. That's when she fired back with dribble.
I have a lot to say, and I will speak plainly, and you may not like it. I'm personally offended by what was presented on so many different levels. One thing that I would like to see updated is the word homeless to unhoused.
Yes.
I'm not done.
So many different levels. Just try one. What is with the dramatic pause? That's a school board meeting, not Shakespeare in a freaking park. But at least the long pause gave everyone in the audience a chance to go on Zillow and find a home in Florida. Anyway, that's when another school board member noted that the term homeless is used in official context in California.
That's the way our state of California, that's the language that they use, and that doesn't mean that's the language we have to use. Those are their titles. I just want to make sure, just because that's the way that everybody else does it, doesn't mean that's the way we need to do it.
She's right.
It's a respectful term to speak about our community.
Okay, lady, I'll play. I won't refer to you as a moron. I'll go with unbrained. Unevolving. Thank you. I changed. She's persuaded me. But this is the MO of the woke and the useless. Getting upset over a word so you don't have to deal with the real problem. It's not failing schools. It's a colleague who uses the word homeless. Of course, she's offended on behalf of people she knows nothing about. Because you know who isn't worried about the word homeless? Homeless people. They're more worried about ringworm or sharing their box with losers. They aren't sitting around saying, I wish they would call me by a better name. No, they're sitting around trying to avoid hungry bobcats encroaching their encampments. But this isn't about helping the homeless at all. It's about helping that woman's status. She wants to appear important without doing anything important. Forget solutions. She just wants credit. By the way, how is unhoused different than homeless? Why not settle the problem and just call them people who really love to camp? It's funny, though, how liberals often soften language when defending bad stuff. They say undocumented immigrants instead of illegal aliens. They say justice-involved person instead of violent felon. And how did gender-affirming care become the acceptable phrase for castrating kids? I guess genital relocation was too complicated. And we can't say retarded anymore. Now we just have to show a picture of Mark Ruffalo. So you can blame creeps like this broad, but you can't forget the rest of you.